ladies and gentlemen. Christian Hanna Horror here today with Christine Hanna Horror. This is my mom who has nicely agreed to come on my channel. We just came out of, what did we just go see at the theater?
Halloween.
Halloween, and let's just get into it. So you guys know what I think about it. I've talked about it. But my mom is not the horror fanatic that I am, and she's not the same person who's watched every movie, what, 1,000,000 times like I have, 1,000,001 probably. So it's going to be really cool to see what my mom just thought about the movie. Not as just a hardcore fan. She's not going to nitpick little details from this. Just go ahead, Mom. What was your experience like of that?
I thought it was incredible.
Really?
I really did.
Did you know when you were back in the 70s? I'm not going to reveal my mom's age. She's 29. Do you remember seeing the original 78 in theaters?
Yes.
Do you remember? Can you compare the experiences?
It was, ironically, even after 40 years, it still had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
It was still in suspense, even though they've made so many sequels to it.
There've been 11 of them.
Right. It was still as much suspense as the first one was.
And it
just
was
waiting to see what was going to happen next.
Yeah, and I gotta say, when we were in there, I knew, because seeing the movie already, I was watching my mom to the side of me on my peripherals, waiting to see if she would jump. And you came out of your seat 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I kind of had the purse.
What did you think about Jamie? Are you a fan of Jamie Lee Curtis? Do you watch more of her movies, or you really just, is that what you know her from Halloween?
Mostly from Halloween, but I do like her.
Okay. Did you like her performance in the movie? Any complaints or?
No, I thought she did an incredible job. She was awesome.
She was. When we were leaving the theater, my mom was wanting to chime in, but I was like, hold on. But she was telling me that you remember, we were being at the theater. Do you remember what movie it was? And there was a guy dressed as Michael at the theater.
It was October, obviously, but it was pre-Halloween, so it was probably mid-October, and it was 6 years ago. And it was just, it wasn't a scary movie. We were just there to see something that had just come out. And as we walked out of the theater, they had a group of people standing around, and one of the guys was dressed like Michael Myers. And of course he creeps me out. And he was kind of messing around, going up to people and staring at him. And I guess he sensed that I was afraid of him. So anyway, as we were all getting ready to walk to our cars, and of course I was parked like down the side and to the back by myself back there.
Yeah. So
I started to walk, and as I started walking, I kind of glanced over my shoulder, and he started coming behind me, and he literally chased me till I got all the way to my car, like screaming and yelling out at the theater.
And did anybody look around to help you, or did you not notice? Were you just
I didn't have time because I just ran full force, just like it was the real thing. I mean, and going back to the theater well, I know it's November 2nd, but still, it's like November. It's like Halloween to me.
It still feels like
still
Halloween,
the week
right?
of Halloween, and being at that theater, I can't even think of anything except that night when he was chasing me. And then to go see it 40 years later, it was surreal.
I want to ask you this, Mom. Being like a casual horror fan, what do you say if anybody watches this video that's just on the fence? They're not really a horror fanatic, or they're not into this. It's just a casual. What do you say to those people to try to get them in the theaters?
Like, just go with an open mind and just enjoy it. Like,
is it a roller coaster
it's
ride?
fun to be afraid, and it's fun to be in suspense. Like, to not know what's going to happen, and just sitting there waiting, and then the music's playing, and the way they portrayed this whole movie was just way more suspenseful than I had even imagined it would be.
I would even say more so now than the original, because it's just they've had all these movies to look at and study from. Did you have a problem with the brutality at all? Because the original showed not a drop of blood. Or do you think you have to have a little now just because of how desensitized we are in movies today?
I think the way, yes, I found that it was a little bit more gore than it was in the original, but it's almost like now they've developed this whole persona that he has. In the beginning, you really didn't know much about him. Now you see family members involved in this, and doctors that were involved in this, and it's like they're really delving into his psychic.
Right.
And so I think to portray that he is this evil character that they still really don't know why he does what he does, but to show how evil he really is.
they gotta, yeah, they have to at least, give it some credit, more or less, what you mean. They have to show the brutality a little bit just to really say, this guy really is evil.
To make you really, I guess, to build up, to have it 40 years later and to think, well, okay, well, what could possibly happen now? And the fact that he was chained up, or so to speak, or kept in the asylum for so long.
Right.
Now he's really gonna do some major stuff when he gets out.
Another thing I want to bring up, a lot of people were like just kind of scratching their heads at, and some of them were mad, some of them loved it. The doctor. Obviously, we saw the bus crash. There's a lot of debate. I don't know if this ran through your mind. How did that bus crash? Was it really Michael, or do you think the doctor had a part in it? Because obviously, we saw what the doctor did to the sheriff, right? When the sheriff tried to kill him.
We saw a whole other side of the doctor.
Did that surprise you? Or
yes.
Did you kind of say, you know what, it is kind of strange this guy is not letting nobody touch Michael? Or did it, you say like it surprised you?
The doctor had a strange obsession with him. More so than just a doctor-patient trying to figure him out. That doctor had a major obsession with trying to find out what he was really like, almost to the point that he wanted to maybe be like him.
And I remember,
which was really creepy.
When he puts the mask on, it was weird. It's like, is it like this incredible feeling of like I'm a god? Maybe that's what he thinks Michael feels. That's why he killed the sheriff and he puts the mask on. And I think he even said in the movie, oh, so this is what it feels like.
I think that they feel like the mask has some kind of power, and they want to see what it feels like. I mean, the whole movie is based around the mask.
That's true. I haven't thought about it like that, but that is, I like that.
I mean, that's how it starts off, and it's something about putting it on and what it does to you, or to the person who has it on, or what the people feel like it does to them, or it gives them some kind of power.
This is great insight. This is stuff, being a hardcore fan, I don't even think about stuff the way my mom does, but I love hearing this. So a couple more questions for you and we'll wrap this up. The ending. Do you think he's dead?
Of course not.
Of course not?
I don't think it's over. I don't think...
Do you think it'll ever be over?
Probably not.
Probably not? Because do you think that you really can't kill evil? Like real evil? You think it'll always exist, whether it's in the shape of
whether it takes on a new life in another person, or it moves into someone else. But no, it's probably. I don't think it'll be over. If it's still this strong after 40 years, and people still get the same shock and suspense going to see it and getting excited about going to see it. Like my brother wanted to go see it on Halloween because he saw it on Halloween 40 years ago.
That's incredible.
It was like a kid.
It's full circle, and it's incredible. I get to experience it with my mom now. It's just a great feeling, Maybe one day, if I have a boy or girl 40 years later, it can't be the same guy who plays Michael, but maybe it's great. And this is the thing about movies like this, is it brings, look at this is incredible. It almost brought a tear to my eye. I got to see Halloween with my mom. Yeah. It's incredible. So, rated out of 5 stars, Halloween. What do you think it was?
It's 5.5.
5.5 out of 5 stars. There it is. So, Mom, give me a hug. I love you.
Love you too.
It was great seeing Halloween together.
Proud of you.
This is Christian and Christine Hanna Horror, and we'll see you guys next time.